Hi, it's Nick from the Run Testers. Today I'm here to talk about the Brooks Hyperion Elite racing shoe. This is very much a full-on proper marathon racing shoe, a rival to the Vaporfly. It has a carbon plate in the midsole and it has a big stack of very lightweight cushioning. Brooks wanted to keep the weight under 200 grams. Obviously it varies of size, but they kind of did that. They've quoted the weight as 195 grams. I imagine the men's is just over 200, the women's will be just under. And they've done that by using a new midsole compound called DNA Zero. Now this is an EVA compound, it's incredibly lightweight. Shoe really doesn't, there's nothing to it. The upper's very lightweight as well, very thin. So what I've done is created a very lightweight marathon racing shoe, big stack cushioning, carbon plate, exactly like the Vaporfly, and that's really who they're aiming against. It's very expensive as well, much like the Vaporfly. It's going to cost £210, $250, and it is going to be launched on March the 1st. So I've done two kind of hard runs in this shoe so far, and about 25 miles in total. Now, normally I do a load more for a shoe, but the stated lifespan of the shoe from Brooks is 50 to 100 miles. They say, like, one training run in it and then save it for your races. So I've kind of done two hard training runs in it. One was kind of a 10-mile progression run, finishing a little bit slower than marathon pace, and they did like kind of a long fartlek session, kind of short reps, kind of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 minute on, that kind of thing. And I have to say, it's a bit of a disappointment. Was looking for kind of rails to the Vaporfly, and this just doesn't feel like it. It feels like a racing flat, kind of souped up with a kind of carbon plate, bigger stack cushioning, but it still feels firm like a racing flat. I don't think I'd want to run a marathon in this shoe, basically. I think it's too firm for me. It doesn't feel that different to like the original Brooks Hyperion, just flat, racing flat. But it's obviously very quick, so on that fartlek session it felt pretty good, like on those short reps, again, like a racing flat would feel for me, but on the long progression run, it just beat up my legs quite a lot, over just 10 miles, I don't think I feel that comfortable running a marathon for that reason. Brooks kind of talked about the stability of the shoe. It's got this kind of wide forefoot, and the idea is it keeps you maintaining your running stride for longer. So in a marathon at the end, everyone's technique starts to get really ragged. The shoe will help you keep your technique, bang on, so you can finish the marathon strong. I don't know, stability, I didn't really get that feature. My legs felt beat up, and with the Nike Vaporfly, it's very soft, very springy. You just feel a bit fresher for longer in a marathon. So me, it feels like a racing flat. It feels like a 5 to 10k shoe, but with a big stack of cushioning. On the fit, it is different to a racing flat. It fits true to size for me. In fact, it's very comfortable. It's got that wider forefoot, naturally leads to a wider toe box, and you don't have to size up. I would always size up in like a racing flat shoe, kind of like the original Hyperion, or kind of even like the Adidas Adi Zero Adios. I'd size up. This I didn't have to. In fact, I had to spend quite a lot of time adjusting these laces down the middle here to get a lockdown fit around my midfoot, which again normally isn't a problem with a racing flat. They're normally very narrow. This is quite wide, so it is more comfortable than a traditional racing flat, which obviously will be good in a marathon. But while the fit is great, I think the ride, isn't so great. So strictly speaking, I'd say yes, probably should buy something else right now. It's really expensive, this, and it's got a very short lifespan, and I think you can achieve the same effect. If you want what the shoe feels like, which is a very firm, kind of fast shoe, you can get a traditional racing flat. They cost kind of £100 normally. Brooks Hyperion, Saucony Type A, the Nike Zoom Streak 7, they're all usually RRP of around £100, and they get reduced quite a lot, and they will probably last a bit longer, and I think you'll get a similar feel. You don't have the carbon plate, but I don't see this really protecting your legs over the course of a marathon. I think it'll be a fast 5k, 10k shoe, but all racing flats are kind of fast 5k, 10k shoes. When it comes to the marathon, the Vaporfly's got it beaten hands down for me. I've always preferred a kind of softer, springier ride, and the Vaporfly has that in spades. It's got P-Bax foam in the midsole, combined with that plate. The Zoom X is made from like kind of P-Bax foam, and that finds spring with the carbon plate to really kind of save your legs, give you that energy return. The EVA foam in this just doesn't do that for me. In fact, Brooks are also launching the Hyperion Tempo, which is kind of billed as a training shoe, but the DNA Flash midsole in this lovely blue midsole, is an EVA compound. It's nitro infused. It's much springier, much bouncier, well, compared to this, and softer. And I've done a progression run in this weekend as well, and finished faster than I did in the Hyperion Elite, just because my legs felt fresher, and I just felt a bit, better running in this shoe, which is also quite lightweight. So in short, even if the Vaporfly didn't exist, this wouldn't be my go-to shoe. I'd still want something a bit more kind of softer cushioning. If you're the kind of person who already races in racing flats over marathon distance, maybe you consider this, but it's so expensive and it's, you know, not going to last very long. Just stick with your racing flats. And if you do want that kind of cushioned carb play experience, the Vaporfly is untouchable at the moment. Like other brands bringing out other shoes, brands like Saucony, New Balance, got high hopes for their kind of, you know, Vaporfly rivals, but then I had high hopes for the Brooks one, and it's fallen short in my opinion. It's a nice souped up racing flat, very expensive, and it doesn't lay a finger on the Vaporfly. Thanks very much, guys. That's all I've got to say about the shoe today. Please do like and subscribe, and let us know what you think about the kind of marathon shoe market, kind of top end right now in the comments below.